Gotham City Monsters, number 2 of 6. The first story was pretty good. This cover looks fantastic. Will the story hold up? Let's find out, and let's dive in. Welcome back to Long Box Diving, where we explore comics and story arcs pulled from the Long Box. Now, today we're going to be discussing Gotham City Monsters number 2, The Rage of the Red Phantom. All right, so the first issue was pretty good. We had some good setup. We had some good character motivations, why they're going to be doing what they're going to be doing, why they're going to be joining to fight, this evil, etc. That was all. That was pretty good. There's some gore scenes, some stuff that made me laugh. It was monsterish. It was dark. It was cool, and I really did enjoy it. So we start out this issue with a nice headshot of Frankenstein just screaming Melmoth, right? Just like you would think of Frankenstein yelling at. It's pretty good. And you have the Vampire King. Bennett is laying there, and of course the last issue Frankenstein chopped him in half, and he's like, hey, why did you even you could have stopped this, why did you stop it? He goes, well, I need Melmoth to be here in order for me to kill Melmoth. So Frankenstein's motivation is he wants to kill Melmoth, not stop the killing of all these people that were in the building, which is kind of dark. Frankenstein, well, I guess he's not a hero. He is a monster. But he wants to stop Melmoth, not necessarily save the people that were killed. Okay, so he jumps down in there, and then we see this thing. They're in the theater. All these people are dead. 100, so I think it's 107, something like that. People were died. And you see this dude banging against, looks like a mirror, and as he gets angrier and he's smashing this mirror, he's turning into more and more of a demonic type entity. And he finally shatters through the mirror, and he drops down on the mandrills, and Melmoth are there on the stage. There's a big cauldron of green something poison bubbling up, right? And he drops down, he starts fighting, and he's smashing and banging and all this stuff, right? And then we see Bennett and Frankenstein drop down from the ceiling, down through the ceiling into the theater as well. And again, they're fighting. And Melmoth yells, prepare the cauldron. We got to get out of here. All right, so in this fighting, you got the Red Demon fighting, you've got Bennett fighting, you've got I love this. Frankenstein goes, Melmoth, your weak-ankled army already falters. Face me now. And it's like Frankenstein needs to work on his dialogue. Frankenstein, that wasn't scary. You weak-ankled? That's an insult? Yeah. Apparently, Frankenstein thinks weak ankles is an insult. You weak ankle something. All right. So then he runs and said, "Hey, mandrill, it's time!" And one of the mandrills jumps into the boiling cauldron, and just this boom, green explosion thing. Green goo, smoke everywhere. And then none of them can actually see or sense where any of the bad guys are. And it comes to be that the bad guys kind of just disappear in this green goo. So Melmoth, along with all his mandrills, disappear into the green goo of fog. Now, this is the second issue this week with green fog. Invaders had green fog, and now we have Gotham City Monsters with green fog. There's something about green fog now. I don't know what it is, but green fog. And then we get, we're back over to Orca, the human lady killer whale, and she's like torturing this sailor or this smuggler or something like that. And there's this radio that's running in the background, and she hears that all these people were killed at the theater, and she knows, her nephew's there, and so she gets like pissed. She leaves the guy, and she takes off. And we're back into the theater, and we have the Red Phantom, which is the dude that was breaking through the mirror. His name is Red Phantom. He's like an old school vaudeville type guy. He's dressed all in red. And come to find out that he is the theater. All right, so he is a new character. This is a first appearance for this guy. But he is that Gotham theater. And as the Gotham theater stands, he has power. He can't leave it. And that's what Frank said, I've never seen you around. Well, I can't really leave the theater. He's stuck in the theater. There's nothing he can do about it. But, he's like, somebody needs to take care of Melmoth. And that's what, Frankenstein says. Melmoth is a cancer on the world, wielding atrocities in the name of a greater good. He's a monster and must answer in kind. So these guys are, hey, we need to go ahead and take care of this guy, but it's just the two of us. Phantom can't leave the theater. It's just Andrew Bennett, and Andrew wants to kill him because his blood's been tainted because he bit the monks in the last issue. And Frankenstein wants to kill him because he's just a bad dude. But there's no way the two of them can do it by themselves. So, Red Phantom mentions that there was a bunch of people in the audience. Maybe they can find help there. You know who they are. This is kind of where the story breaks down for me. Okay? There's hundreds of people in the audience. They're all dead. How does Frankenstein know that three of them have to do with three other monsters? How do they know which monsters, three of the hundreds of them that died related to three monsters that Frankenstein seemed to know they were related in some way? And then on top of that, how did he know that where they were? How did they know they were even in the city? And so it says, and when it comes to monsters, there's no better place than Gotham. Well, many who passed away had loved ones. There will be those in dire need of revenge. But I don't know how he knew who to go to. Makes no sense to me. It's like suddenly some leap of logic happened, and I'm not included in it. And we readers are not included in that leap of logic. Or how is he psychic? Did he talk to dead people? I have no idea how Frankenstein suddenly figured out that three of the people in all the audience had three monsters associated with them, and where those three monsters were. And it seems like it happened all in the same night. I don't know. All right, so lady, the lady with I can't remember her name, but she's some clay lady, that's it. She wakes up and realizes one of her feathers is missing, and that the feather must have gone to the theater. She realizes it because she's able to read into her feather's mind, and she realizes that they died. So Frankenstein, just as she's realizing it, Frankenstein walks through her door. And he's like, I know the name of the one who hurt you and will help you cut out as many pieces of him as you like. All right, so that's pretty dark. Again, kind of cheesy, dark. But how did he know? How did he just show up at her door? And at the time that she realized... So, I mean, it's not like she'd been sitting around for days trying to figure out what happened. And then, Orca's over here listening to the radio, and all of a sudden, Frankenstein walks out of the water. So how did Frankenstein, in the same night when Lady Clayface figures out that her feather died, and who walks in the door, and that same night within, I mean, it can't be that long because she's still listening to the radio, then he walks out of the water? It doesn't make any sense. And then, now, at least this might be the next day, or days? I don't know. And so we see Killer Croc going to a bunch of different interviews. Now, nobody wants to hire Killer Croc because he's Killer Croc and he looks like a crocodile. He's probably not going to be good at sales. So the grocery store said no. He doesn't look like he's going to be good at the doctor's office. Can you imagine him as a nurse? Or the quality gas and power. The library says no. The theater, or the mechanic, no. Well, the mechanic would have been good. Can't be a waiter. So he's like pissed off, right? And then Frankenstein walks in, and he grabs Frankenstein and slams him against the wall, and he's like Croc is really angry. Frankenstein says, let him have his vengeance, rah, rah, rah. But, somebody killed your friend. And he's like, yeah, he's the only man that's been nice to me. So Croc's ready to fight. Now, how did he know where Croc was? And is this the next day? It looks sunny out because the other two times it looks dark, but they're in a room, so it could be just light. And Orca and Lady Clayface are with him. So, okay, the story is breaking down pretty fast for me. And then you have the dude bro handshake between Killer Croc and Frankenstein. So I guess there's more piece of muscle work left until the job's done. Yeah, call me Croc. Then come Croc, time is scarce. Okay, dialogue. It's like a dude's trying to write dude bro language without knowing what dude bros actually sound like. Just like a stereotype dude bro. I don't know. It's really weird. But and the whole sequence there in those pages makes no sense. All right, but then we have Melmoth is going down this long circular staircase with his mandrills, with the torches lit. They get to the bottom. He sits in a throne, and then Bennett snaps out from behind him, grabs him, and tries to kill him. Right, but Melmoth, like with his brain, didn't even touch him. Just kind of go like this and like this, right? And Bennett just freezes. And he throws him on the ground in the middle of all his mandrills, and basically says, "What Melmoth taints, Melmoth controls." So Melmoth is able to control Bennett. And Bennett is like a puppet to him. He'd just be able to move him around. And he throws him in the mandrills and goes, "I am the last king." So here it goes. "And then now, like the broken tribe of puppets he so vainly hoped to avenge, the last king of the vampires answers to the last king of everything." Now, last page was pretty cool. But there's a good 20 other pages in here that makes no sense. So, yeah. I can't say I recommend this one. It was okay. It's cool because we have a first appearance of someone, but the rest of the story just kind of sped through. Now, granted, he only has 6 issues. I get it. So he's got to speed some stuff up. He set the bad guy in character motivations in the last issue. This issue was just like, gather the team. But he could have paced it better. Could have put days between pages and panels where it took some time to get people together. That show a panel of him searching for the people, not just showing up there. It just made no sense. It was too quick. The pacing was just all off. Art's pretty good. Still. And the last page was pretty cool. And some of the dialogue is like somebody trying to write Dude Bro or trying to write Sinister. It's just not working quite right this time. I don't know. But it's not bad. I just can't recommend it unless you're wanting to get all 6 issues and have a complete set. If you're a completist, yeah, I guess you have to get it. We'll see what happens with issue 3. If things don't pick up, that's going to be my last issue. I don't care if I have all 6 or not. So we'll see. But if you enjoyed this issue or this review, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you here next time in the Long Box.